here's why. I feel like just with their complete roster rehaul, that their record really is pretty like irrelevant to their actual like capabilities. And the one game they did play together as a unit already was against Iron Dragon. So I think, which as we all know, is the 6-0 team, who is definitely the strongest team in the league. So I'm putting my money on Target shopping carts here. I think I think we're gonna see a strong performance from a kid 12 here in the jungle, and they're gonna pull out their first W of the season.
That's fair. I was also trying to think about who I would have as a prediction for this game, and I agree that just because we have not seen very much out of Target shopping carts, it's hard to compare them evenly, but I'm intrigued to see how they play today. So I'll have to agree with you and predict Target shopping carts. But after the drafting, things can always look different.
All right, well, teams have headed into Champion Select at this point. So the final match of the day will be getting underway. Let's see what these teams have in store for us. So looks like Corey is going to be the top laner here for Target shopping carts. And if my memory is correct, played support in their last game.
That rings a bell for me. Did we see Makey in the last game? So it's possible Makey's a sub and it's coming in to sub for support.
Yeah, definitely Corey was bot lane. Was support last game. I don't think Makey was on the roster last week.
Yeah. They had Connect 4 last week, so it looks like they put Corey up top, like you said, and Makey is stepping in for Connect 4.
So we do have a couple of subs in for Legacy Ambassadors as well. Shadow Jumper subbing in for this mid lane. And Air Force 1992 will be their AD carry. I think Mo Diamonds was unable to make the match today.
Unfortunate.
Oh, I'm sorry. True LW is also a sub. So they got several subs in here for this game.
I think this is a great game to end this will be the last game of the first round robin of the season. The season is comprised of 2 round robins, so after this game, all the teams will have played each other one time.
My apologies for once again failing to switch it to Champion Select,
Oh.
but we are here now.
All we missed
Didn't
were
miss
the
too much,
bands.
yeah.
See that Diana
Did you see
band?
that Diana band? I was about to say that. The favorite band here at ALS for multiple reasons. I'm sure Brown would agree with that.
Oh, I'm sure you would. If only he were here now.
If only he could see us now. So we do see Yasuo getting locked in for Target shopping carts. The thing is, we don't have too much insight as to any of the players' comfort picks really on both of these sides. We have seen lots of games from Death Griffin and that guy. Obviously that guy's a huge Yasuo player. And it was actually left open here, but it was first picked by Target shopping carts, which is an interesting development. I bet that guy was wetting his lips when he saw the third band come out that wasn't Yasuo, but
So close. That's
yeah,
so close.
little did he know.
But if anyone should know how to play into Yasuo, it would be that guy, right?
This is very true. Although, obviously this Yasuo could be a flex pick, could be a top or mid lane. But it looks like it's... What's up?
I see that guy in the chat. He agrees with you that he's not very happy about that Yasuo pick on the side of Target shopping cart.
Oh, for sure. For sure he's not. So, also this Yasuo could be a flex pick. He could be running in the mid lane or the top lane. My initial thought would be that it is going to be a top lane Yasuo just because draft order. He's the top laner. And he has, we'll see.
But we see plenty of trading.
There's plenty of trading. And especially if they were trying to steal the pick away from that guy as first pick, that would lead to possibly that it could be a trade into this mid lane. Thresh being locked in here. Thresh is always a solid pick. Works with pretty much everything. Susan being locked in there for Legacy Ambassadors.
The Jin Band coming out.
So both junglers have already been picked. We'll see Jarvan in the jungle. Unless Echo, I mean technically Echo could be a flex mid, but with the Akali and Susan, that's pretty much ruled out. Nasus is almost definitely going to be in this top lane. Unless we do see that elusive Nasus jungle, but
I was about to ask you about that.
probably not going to be what's happening here, especially since, actually I don't know. I would doubt it.
So at the moment we see 2 teleports on the side of Legacy Ambassadors. Do you think that's going to stay, or do you think that might just be...
It is interesting that if Akali will be in this mid lane for Legacy Ambassadors, that she would opt to take teleport. Not that that's necessarily wrong, but I feel like if you're really trying to play Akali in mid lane and start snowballing a game, you would prefer to take Ignite into the lane. But we'll see what they end up doing. Little Teemo flash there, a little bit of a troll. So Vladimir was locked in by Creamy here very quickly. And Vladimir is one of those champions that's always just very annoying to deal with, because he's definitely one of these late game hyper carries. But because of his pool, he can just be very, very safe throughout the laning phase and do really just help him stay safe and get to those later parts of the game.
So it looks like Kai'Sa was not banned, but we're seeing Xayah come out on the side of target shopping carts. I know Kai'Sa's been a high priority pick.
Yeah, Kai'Sa and Caitlyn were both left open. Both very strong picks right now. But neither team opted to take them.
Philios open as well, but
That is very true. We are actually going to see an Ashe Braum bot lane on the side of Legacy Ambassadors. Should be a pretty strong lane. You see lots of CC coming out of that lane, especially if Death Griffin turns his attention to ganking there in the early stages of this laning phase. Could potentially see some explosions from Legacy Ambassadors. So it is interesting. We also note that Yasuo, unless there's just some sort of error in the draft order, looks like Yasuo may be the A bot lane for target shopping cards here.
well, looking at the summoner spells, I would think Yasuo's going top, and there may just be that the players may not be. I thought they had put themselves in draft order, but well, never mind.
Some ambiguity here. Although looks like Yasuo Creamy did switch to Ghost at the last seconds there, and Corey did switch to Teleport.
They're just playing coy with
Very interesting to see if this is in fact a Yasuo bot lane. I think it may be.
So what would your thoughts on that be? Yasuo Thresh in the bot lane?
Well, Yasuo is definitely playable in the bot lane. Sorry, I have a few technical difficulties here. Yasuo is definitely a champion that is viable in the bot lane currently, so it's definitely possible.
That should be fun to keep an eye on.
It's definitely one of those like more cheesy picks for sure, though. I personally think that if you're gonna bring something other than like a ranged AD carry into the bot lane, that you'd be better off taking a mage. But it doesn't mean it's wrong. It's just my opinion personally. See if they're gonna be able to pull it off here. It's definitely is a viable option.
If that is what's going on, then I suppose we have Xayah into Akali in the mid lane. Correct me, is Akali an AD champion? Do I know what I'm talking about?
She deals mostly AP damage.
Alright. No, is the answer to that question.
Trying to give you a little bit of a benefit there.
Yeah.
She rushes Gunblade and does excessive amounts of ability, AP damage.
Alright.
Yeah, Akali's one of those champions that she's really not looking to do too much until she hits level 6, gets her ultimate, and then finishes Gunblade, and then she's looking to make her own and just start just killing everybody. So it would probably end up being Akali mid lane. There seemed to be at least one mistake in the draft order here. But for all we know, Nasus will be mid lane with teleport, so let's just see what happens. Let's see what happens when we get in here.
Let's reserve our judgment until we're on the rift. That's fair.
So once again, we are trying to hit Twitch affiliate status by the end of week 4 here. So if you are enjoying the stream, please make sure to drop a follow. We only need about 7 more follows at this point to reach affiliate status, so we can keep bringing you guys better content. So please make sure to drop that follow if you guys are enjoying the stream and want to see more ALS.
Absolutely. This game is, as we said, the midpoint of the regular season, so it would be a great moment to hit that threshold.
Mutant, were you able to catch any of the end game Iron Dragon match earlier?
I was listening to parts of it. Sounded very exciting.
Yeah, it was very close for most of the game, and Iron Dragon really just had a really good fight around the dragon, really just opened the game up, and it was pretty much over after that.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it definitely lived up to the hype, in my personal opinion.
I didn't catch any of the first game, Mark Cabela, Nancy Drew crew.
Mark Bell and Nancy Drew, that was also a pretty good game. All the games today have been pretty good, even including an interesting exhibition match in the third block with Threat of Midnight. They really put on a dominant performance themselves. We actually got to see One Wing and Monochrome participate on the team exhibition in that one.
Yeah, I saw them on the team exhibition, so I guess it's a good thing for our teams that they're casters instead of players if they went down to Threat Level Midnight.
Oh yeah.
They're in the right.
Shots fired from Mutant a counter.
No.
At One Wing and Monochrome. Damn.
I did not watch the game. That was not. I'm sure they did great. Didn't mean anything at all.
Kid Fatal in the chat, 0-5 refers to the records of these teams. So both teams are 0-5, and both looking up to pick up their first dub here in this match. As I had previously said, very excited to see this game. And the predictions, what were the predictions? We both predicted target shopping carts will be coming out of this with the W.
Correct.
But what do we know? We're just casters.
We don't know very much about target shopping carts.
That is very true. We do not know much about either of these teams, honestly. So there are 3 subs in for Legacy Ambassadors, and basically the entire roster for target shopping carts has been redone. So we will see though what these teams do have for us.
Soon we'll see what lane everyone ends up being in. I'm curious about that.
This is true. Looks like both teams looking for a little bit of
Nasus, Shadow Jumper rather, almost running into the entire target shopping carts team, but manages to not do so.
a little bit of a dance off here going on in the mid lane. Don't usually see this in competitive matches, but here we are. Oh, the BM is landed on the Death Griffin here. Although he should have time to reset, I believe. Maybe he'd be a few seconds late to his camp, but nothing too detrimental. Looks like Nasus will be in the top side.
And that Yasuo will be mid lane. which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, Death Griffin is going to end up being a little bit late to this start, unfortunately, for Legacy Ambassadors. But hopefully will not be, like I said, too detrimental for them.
All's fair in Love and League, right?
You do always run a risk
Whatever
of
it takes.
something like that happening when you're BMing in the mid lane like that. But oh, the BM ultimately was from Thresh from breaking it. But this is a competitive match, so you can't really blame him.
It's a competitive match. Okay.
So it will be interesting to see how that guy does play against his own main champion in this mid lane. It's an interesting top lane matchup as we do see a kid potentially coming in here for an early gank. So he will catch Shadow Jumper out of position a little bit. Does have flash up. Does flash the Jarvan dash there. But yeah, it should be interesting to see how this top lane matchup works out because Vlad definitely has the range advantage on this Nasus, but both champions really are looking to just scale up. So be interesting to see if Shadow Jumper is able to just pick up a large number of stacks very quickly in these early minutes of this game. Bot lane, we have a skirmish going on. Heavily won in favor of target shopping carts. As Air Force is being forced to farm this early wave underneath
Death
the
Griffin
turret.
coming in top lane, looking to...
And first blood will be drawn here. 4 target shopping carts. A kid will pick it up on this Jarvan. With the counter gank coming in. A lot of action still going on in this bot lane. Lots of pressure being exerted from Kuchi and Makey. Oh, and he does pick up that kill. Looks like the turret will end up dropping him, but it will be an execute. Things looking good here for target shopping carts early on in this one. Both flashes burned by mid laners, but a kid will show up there, and surely that guy will fall. Quick 4-0 start here for target shopping carts. So despite Shadow Jumper being taken out here in this top lane by that gank, he does have 10 CS advantage over this Vladimir. Although a lot of that will be made up here on this current wave crashing the turret. Both mid and bot lane for Legacy Ambassadors really just under a lot of pressure. Kid with another gank here in this bot lane. Will get the knock up onto Air Force. Flash is unavailable. She will go down. The hook does land from Meike onto True W. Looks like there will be no follow-up from him. A kid really having a huge impact on the map. He's gotten kills in all 3 lanes already. Or kill participation at least. And he was the X factor here I was talking about in the pregame, was that I think he's really had a strong performance for target shopping carts here. So he is one of their higher ranked players. Interesting to see if Legacy Ambassadors does have an answer. Death Griffin trying to spot out some vision on this dragon. Ward will stand. Mikey roaming up here looking for a gank onto the mid lane. Yasuo will land, followed by the chain TC from the hook.
Oh.
With the outplay from target shopping cards. Really just looking very clean here early on in this one.
6.5 minutes, 6 kills to target shopping carts.
It's a really solid roam there from Makey to turn that play around mid lane. Taking a look at the CS numbers, despite the lead from target shopping carts, really, except for the spot lane, CS numbers pretty even around the board. The only discrepancy is in bot lane here with Coochie and Air Force.
Death Griffin looking for a gank mid on the Creamy, but no dice.
A kid once again looking for another counter gank. A little late on that one, not too much to actually accomplish. Does show his presence mid lane though. Once again, that guy looking to take out Creamy. He will end up getting him this time. A kid is there for the counter gank. Can he escape with his life? The Shroud will be expiring here momentarily. Actually going straight for the double kill. Will not be able to get it, but a good effort there from that guy. May keep roaming up, but will not be able to secure this return kill. Eight minutes into this one, Nasa's got 69 stacks. Could be worse, could be better. Mikey lands the hook onto Air Force in this bot lane. Should surely spell another kill because the flash is unavailable. Does burn the heal. Probably a little bit of waste there. Probably should have just accepted the death. Saved the summoner. Either way, another kill picked up here for target shopping cards. More action here in this mid lane. Really just a high volatile game here early on. It's only been 8 minutes and there's already been 9 kills.
Makey roaming up.
Once again, he's been doing a lot of that.
Death Griffin is right behind him.
Tommy Wine will save his life, although the ultimate will land from the Flay. So, despite that, oh, the death sentence will land onto that guy. Really, things just going from bad to worse here again for Legacy Ambassadors. Just, as the kid picks up another kill in the top lane, this could get ugly pretty quickly here. 9 minutes into this one.
An increasingly lopsided.
5.5, yeah, 5,500 gold lead. And no dragons taken yet. Target shopping cards has not opted to do that. I feel like they've just been so focused on killing members of Legacy Ambassadors. Creamy a little low in this mid lane, but he's feeling himself right now, that's for sure. He's trying to make another outplay happen. He does have Makey back up here again. Death sentence will land again on a Death Griffin. Creamy is a little low here. His ultimate is not available yet. Could be trying to buy a little bit of time for that. Oh, a kid is really just making the difference in this game. As Creamy does get a little bit too far forward there and will die to that turret shot. But Creamy really has been everywhere he's needed to be this game. At least lots of good rotations on the side of target shopping cards. Another death sentence.
Oh.
My goodness. Nike really putting a good performance on here on Thresh. And surely they will pick up the first dragon here. Yeah, Mikey and a kid really just having some dominating roams and map presence. Really just I mean, a kid's had multiple kills in mid and bot. And even got a kill top lane. And Mikey's really just kept roaming up to a couple of different times. That guy was going to make a play onto Creamy, but Mikey was there just to turn it back around.
Mikey was there. A kid was there. The target shopping carts has really been in the right place at the right time.
If you had to use one word to describe this game so far, what would it be? We do see Creamy getting ganked in this mid lane. That guy is still very healthy.
Aggressive, let's say, as we watch Jeff Griffin and that guy.
Looking for the 1v2 outplay.
Attempts to take.
Ultimate is unavailable now. Looks like he will be going down. So what did you say?
I said aggressive. It's not
the one
quite
word
the
is
right
aggressive?
word, but it's not quite the right word.
I would say explosive.
That's better. I like that better.
I had a word in mind when I asked you the question, if I'm having full transparency. I was seeing
He was really
if you could
setting
get there.
himself up for it.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's reasonable.
I just gotta be transparent, you know? You gotta be real about it.
In the bot lane, a kid coming in, both True and Air Force are pretty low.
A kid making play after play after play, honestly, in this one. A kid 7-0.
Kuchi and Makey had poked them down far enough that once a kid came in, there was really no escape. And at 13 minutes, there are 20 kills on the board, 17 of which belong to target shopping cart.
And I can't even keep the camera going around as well as all these kills are going on around the map, to be entirely honest with you. I'm trying to look at the scoreboard, I'm trying to look at the map, and I just can't keep up, man. It's just really 18 kills in 13 minutes. It's a pretty impressive pace, I'm not gonna lie.
It's quite a pace.
7-0 on this Jarvan for a kid. Another death sentence.
A kid and Makey coming in again, playing back behind their turret, trying to chase Air Force and True back. I guess the turret's down. Ignore me.
So, obviously this is looking extremely terrible for Legacy Ambassadors. Do you see any way that they're coming back in this game? Is the Gnosis going to be able to stack up its scale, or the gold lead's pretty insurmountable?
It's quite lopsided. If somehow this game were to go on a very long time, like that's how you get a gold lead like this, to make less difference. But I don't see it taking that long for us to get somewhere.
Yeah, Shadjump looks like he will... Oh, flashes the tornado from Yasuo, but we'll get hit by that Q right afterwards. Creamy may be in some trouble here, as that guy is roaming up the mid lane. Death Sentence does land mid lane. Creamy looks like he may be able to get out of this one. Does pop Ghost. The Shroud is unavailable for that guy now, so Creamy may be able to make a play here. He does not have ultimate available. All the rest of target shopping carts has roamed up now to assist him. And that's really been the story of this game, honestly. It's just the rotations from Makey and a kid.
All members of both teams, almost all of them, congregating here at the top.
Somehow Creamy remains alive for this entire thing. This is really just the definition of a stomp. This is definitely one of the most dominating performances we've seen so far in Season 1 of the ALS. Oh, we do see a surrender vote coming in here from Legacy Ambassadors.
Oh my.
My goodness. The first surrender we've seen. That I almost can't even blame them, honestly. I mean, you don't see many surrenders in competitive matches, even when they are stomps, but this was getting...
If there was ever a situation, it's hard to fault them.
Probably some emotions rising in that one to want to get out of it. This does remind. Technically, this is actually the fastest win of the ALS. Because I was gonna say this does remind me of the 16-minute win by Iron Dragon. That they had a couple weeks ago. I forget who they were playing, but this was technically faster, even though there was a surrender. So I don't know how that works for actual records or whatever. Which one you'd say was technically faster if you have an asterisk or not? But I feel like maybe for the fastest game, you'd have to have them kill the Nexus. What do you think?
Well, I'm
We'll
not
have
sure.
to think about it.
We'll have to think about that. But at least from raw numbers, now Target Shopping Carts has the fastest win in the ALS, moving up to 1-5.
That was definitely a dominant performance. I don't know about you, but when I predicted Target Shopping Carts to come out on top of this one, I didn't think it was gonna be like that. I'm gonna be honest.
It was not by that margin, I admit.
That was definitely explosive is the word I would use to describe. And
absolutely.
Let's take a look at the damage charts, but yeah, really just excess amounts of damage coming out from Creamy in this mid lane, and he was doing a lot of the work, but I think the key factor in this was a kid and Mikey's roams and just being in the right place at the right time. A kid really snowballed. He really got the snowball starting early in all three of the lanes. I'm pretty sure he got a kill participation in every lane within like 5 minutes of the match starting.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course Mikey roamed mid like 50 times and seemed to be doing it at the opportune moments every time. So really just good rotations.
Mikey's got high kill participation on the team there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
1-1 and 16.
Just good rotations and good teamwork.
Team play.
Yeah, good team play. So, any other thoughts on this one, or?
I feel like you summed it up pretty well. Is there anything you want to say now that we're here at the end of our first round robin, the midpoint of the regular season?
Correct. This does bring an end to the first round robin. Every team has played every team one time. So this is the halfway point of the regular season. Congratulations for all the teams so far, for everything that's played out to this point. And hopefully we'll see some more exciting games in the second round robin and then heading into playoffs.
Absolutely. So be sure to be here tomorrow for the start of that second round robin.
So yes, this does bring a conclusion to day 1 of week 4. Once again, if you have been watching and enjoying the ALS, please make sure to drop a follow. We are trying to hit affiliate status on Twitch, so we can bring you guys good content and keep improving the stream. So we only need a couple more followers at this point. So please feel free to drop a follow if you are enjoying it. But I think that will do it for week 4, day 1. As Mutant has said, please make sure to tune in tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Time for day 2 of week 4, and we'll see you guys then.